Hey guys, what's up? And welcome to another episode of I'm on the phone. Yes, I know you guys are so excited for your bi-weekly, bi-Friday upload schedule. You know, actually, let me address that fucking elephant in the room, because I was about to go off on a tangent about my schedule, but can we talk about how fucking echoey this bathroom is? Damn. Hold on, give me a second. I was just listening back to the audio just now to see how echoey it was, and yeah, it was pretty bad. But I really can't do anything about that. I swear, almost every single episode, I'm like switching up studios. Okay, let me think about the different places that I've recorded at. I've recorded at my old house, studio number 1, studio number 2, which is where I did the Mayumi interview. Um, Studio number 3, which is my new house, and this is studio number 4. And you will never believe this, but I am yet again in another bathroom. I know. Uh-oh, stinky. But desperate times come. Oh my god, I can't fucking talk. Desperate times call for desperate measures. So I can't do fuck all about it until you guys give me $5 in the comments below. Not even like on my Venmo or whatever. Like in the comments, you have to give me $5. But regardless, welcome to another episode. Hey guys, oh my god. Thank you so much for tuning in. What episode is this? Oh shit, there's someone in the car. That was an entire ass jump scare. I'm gonna have to like be periodically like looking around as I'm recording, like I'm checking the fucking FNAF security cameras or something. Because I don't know, I'm kind of in a public space, I guess. Then again, you can make that argument with every single place that I've recorded. But like I don't know. This is a little bit like of a bigger space. Yeah, I really need my own fucking place to be able to record these episodes, but that's gonna be like a future thing. That's gonna be like fucking, I don't know, episode fucking 50 or some shit like that. But I have some things I wanted to go over with you guys today. Concerts I would like to go to. I am the type of person that isn't really into the conventional artists. Like, I don't know, Tyler the Creator is like cool, I guess, but I'm not one to like be super parasocial, super obsessed with musicians or anything like that. Like I've said this before to my friends, but I'm not the type of person to memorize a musician's, like, their mother's maiden name, their favorite color, what type of, like, what blood type they have. Like, I'm just not that type of person. But I would say the closest that I've ever come across to being that sort of way is for sure My Chemical Romance. Can all of my emos please give up a standing ovation, make some noise, bang some pots and pans together? Let me hear it for the emos. Because, I don't know, I feel like obviously My Chemical Romance is mainstream and you guys are going to be like, oh my god, she's a poser. I have never once claimed to be an emo person or a punk person. They seem like very cool people, but I don't feel that I am well versed enough in the music genre to count as someone like that, if that makes sense. But My Chemical Romance, I don't know, I kind of discovered them in middle school. I had the most shit ass fucking taste in music in middle school. I was into My Chemical Romance, which is an exception. That is a beautiful, beautiful sounding band. AJR, I know, starting off strong with the AJR. Imagine Dragons. Dubstep. I know, pee with stings. I was that type of kid that had green aura with flies. How can you tell? And The Living Tombstone. Yeah, the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. That might be 5 actually. Like 5 bands I just listed, but whatever. Dude, I won't even lie to you guys. I'm still kind of like a die-hard AJR fan. Listen, I know you guys are booing me or whatever. I do not care. I'm an avid fan of AJR. Listen, what was the first song that I ever heard from them? I think it was this, like, the SpongeBob song. Oh, gross. They made a SpongeBob song. It wasn't even, like, an affiliation or a collaboration with, like, Nickelodeon or anything like that. They just did it. Like, they just did it for fun. They just did it for the thrill, for the kicks, for the high of it. And I also, oh yeah, the song Weak. But I'm weak. And what's wrong with that? Boy, I love it when I fall for that. I'm weak. You know that one song? I know my singing was so good. I'm gonna get copyright claimed. I'm so scared. My God, please help us. But dude, I don't know. I confided in my friends. God forbid I bare my whole heart, balls, and soul to my friends. But I was like, guys, I'm still an AJR fan. I do not care. The world's smallest violin still goes crazy hard. And what did they do? What did they do when I was being vulnerable and just showing them all of my flaws? They laughed in my face, bro. They're like, you're the only one. Only you, my girl. Only you, babe. That's what they said. That's what they told me. I felt humiliated. I felt like someone being put in a guillotine. Not guillotine. Wait, hold on. Wrong death contraption. You know that one thing that's like in the 1800s, someone would like put their head and like their hands through like a little wooden plank, and then people would like throw tomatoes at them. I forget what it's called, but like that's literally what they did to me. They're like, "P, you, oh brother, this guy stinks." And I don't know, I felt so ashamed. I was like, God forbid, dude. I show you my biggest flaw, I show you my biggest balls, and this is how I get treated. But would I say, I also said 21 Pilots was something that I was a big fan of at the time. 21 Pilots is not the worst offender, I guess, but Car Radio, ooh. It stinks in here, it stinks. And it's not just because I'm in the bathroom right now, it stinks for a different reason. I don't know. I know it's like very, very ironic that I'm saying 21 Pilots suck when I just said that I was a huge fan of AJR. But I don't know, dude. In the list of hierarchy, I would argue that AJR is above that. And I know what I'm saying sounds so, how do I say this? Pale skinned, coleslaw loving, tree hugging, Alabama type of stuff that you can ever hear from someone, because I like the whitest band that ever known to man. I just listed as being one of my favorites, AJR. But honestly, this is a judge-free zone. This is my podcast. Don't like, don't read. Get the hell out of here. I do not condone this negativity. What was another band I just listed? Okay, I said My Chemical Romance, AJR, 21 Pilots. Did I say Panic at the Disco? I don't think I did. I said something else. Oh yeah, I listed dubstep, but that's not a fucking band, that's a genre. I was actually so deep into the iceberg of dubstep. Like, I was way too into it. It wasn't even that hard. I remember I was telling one of my friends in middle school, like, oh my god, I love dubstep. And they were just like, I don't really like dubstep because all the songs sound the same. Like, I got clogged. No, because like after that conversation, I was reflecting. I was doing some self-reflecting. And I was like, wait a damn minute. Why are they right though? Why did she just kind of gag me? Hashtag gag me. I was like, damn, you were kind of right. But like looking back on it, like dubstep is, I think it's par for the course for middle schoolers to enjoy that. Like, you know those type of middle schoolers that like wore galaxy pants and like obviously listen to dubstep and like Naruto, what the fuck? Naruto sped ran down the hallways. Yeah, I was not the type that would like run down the hallways all crazy and stuff, but I was like, I was loud. Like, I was obnoxious. But what was the other one I listed? Panic at the Disco. That was the new one I added onto there. I, to this day, To this day, the late 2000s Panic at the Disco, to this day, I think is the album that went the hardest. I'm not entirely sure as to why the band disbanded or something like that, but man, Brendan Urie has been putting out straight ass since 2016, dude. Like, wrap it up. The rest of the band already left. What are you still doing here? The party's over and this guy is still around. Type of shit. Like, get out, get the fuck out. What are you doing here? But yeah, PU, it stank. Oh, but you know what? Since this whole tangent was about what's it called? Celebrity/concerts. No, it was just about concerts. I would totally go to the Living Tombstone concert. I did not know that out of all things, the Living Tombstone had concerts, but as it turns out they do. Hello? You are gonna find my ass there for sure. It does not matter. Like, ever since I found out about that, like, my eyes, my world, my mind finally, like, opened up. Like, I opened my third eye and I was like, oh my god, this is what it means to be alive. This is what it means to be Gen Z. You know what I'm saying? This is what it means to be a liberal. Because I would name one The Living Tombstone fan that is not a liberal Gen Z person. Oh, wait. That's right. It's impossible. You will not be able to name one for me. But the way that I felt about, like, the Living Tombstone, like, having concerts and stuff, is the same way that I felt when I discovered that My Chemical Romance does, like, reruns of songs at concerts. Hello? Oh my god. I found this out when I was, I think I was, like, first day at a program or something in college, like, a year or two ago or something like that. And I was talking to, like, the people around in my group, and I was talking about how I was a huge fan of My Chemical Romance, and she was like, oh yeah, by the way, they have, like, concerts and stuff. I was like, what? To this day? To this day, are you fucking serious? And she's like, yeah, to this day. And I was like, oh my god. So, I don't know, I'm gonna have to go to the dark web, sell one of my eyes. If you see a bad bitch at the My Chemical Romance concert with one eye, go the other way. Mind your business. Okay? Let me see. On the topic of fictional characters I could beat in a fight. This is way off topic, but I'm just, like, going through the list. I'm just driving through the list right now. I feel like I could honestly take on, I was gonna say Springtrap, just because he's, like, tall and skinny, and realistically you can go after anyone that's tall and skinny. But I don't know, I feel like he would be scrappy with it. He would like, I don't know, he would get creative with it. He would, like, fucking bite your nose off, or, like, bite your ear off. Fucking, what was that one? Vincent Van Gogh style, because you know how Vincent Van Gogh, like, tore off his own ear, like, he cut that shit off. I feel like Springtrap would do that, so I really don't think Springtrap would be on the roster. Oh, but I have famously said this. If there's any FNAF character I could whoop the hell out of, it would be, the puppet. No. What's the puppet's name? Marionette? Some shit like that. The puppet. You already know what I'm talking about. Because, dude, the puppet is the epitome of tall and skinny. What are you talking about? Like, it's not even a contest. You're going down. I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. So I feel like the puppet for sure. I feel like, I don't know, like, I can snap the puppet like a twig. Like, I can just, like, grab its upper half and lower half, twist it down, like, to my level, and then just, like, bring my knee up to its stomach and just crack it in half, like it was, like, oddly satisfying ASMR noises. Like, if it was an oddly satisfying compilation or something like that. Like, I have firm belief that I would be able to do that for sure. Somebody else, another video game character, Let me think. What's one? I want to make it a fair fight. I want to see if there's like any video game characters that are like notoriously scary or like good at fighting or like so like intimidating. I don't know, something like that. Let me think. I definitely don't think Steve from Minecraft because I don't know if he has hard edges. I feel like he would use that to his advantage. He would get at me like MMA style. Um, he would just kind of like throw me on the ground and then just like tap his elbow twice with his little square hand and then just like fucking smash his pointy elbow down onto my stomach or something, and then it would be KO. Let me think. Maybe. I don't know, this is hard. Okay, I went through Minecraft, I went through FNAF. Let me look up different video games. I know this is cheating. I should have already done this. I have a notorious streak for being able to not do research beforehand and me doing research like as the episode is going. Famous video games. I know I'm not a true Gen Z. I can't name them off the top of my head. Dude, honestly, Link from The Legend of Zelda, what does that twink have against, like, versus me? Nothing. Like, genuinely nothing. I'm pretty surprised because he is short and skinny. You can get so far if you're tall and skinny, I guess, because you can just, like, brute force things and stuff. But, like, short and skinny is, like, absolutely crazy. Like, I could, like, take him down for sure. Wasn't there, like, a game where he was wearing like a slutty little skirt or something like that? Like I don't know, man. I would just, what's that one thing that like high school bullies would do from the 80s? They would give someone a wedgie. I would give his ass a wedgie and then put his panties that are under his skirt over his head and it's game over. Like he would be humiliated already. So another easy win for me, obviously. Let me think. Fortnite for sure, no. Animal Crossing, that's too easy of targets. Man, I'm looking up fucking video games and all that I'm getting is just like pretentious ass niche video games that came out like on the toasters made in the 70s that no one's ever heard about. Oh, Undertale. Okay. Undertale. Who would I be able to beat realistically? I don't know. I'm thinking, what's like kind of a hard boss? Honestly, I'm thinking Toriel. You can use that to your advantage, the fact that she's so nice to you, which I know sounds very brutal. It sounds very gritty. But when push comes to shove, dude, like, I'm taking the crown. Literally, wasn't she, like, the queen of Undertale or some shit like that? Like, the Underground, it's called. And, honestly, me and Sans are the same size, dude. Like, I feel like, I'm honestly so surprised that such a small guy has so much strength built up in that small body. Because honestly, like, what's stopping me from gaining his trust and then when he least expects it, just like me taking out his femur and then he just falls over, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's very doable. You just have to do it right. And sure, you can make the excuse that he does have telekinesis, like 11 from Stranger Things style, like, so he'll be able to extend his hand and then, like, boom, like, you're on the ground with the white flag and everything like that, begging for mercy. But I don't know, maybe I just feel like I would have like too much like aura for him to be able to overtake me, I'm thinking. So I don't know, I feel like it's possible for sure. Worst comes to worst, if there's like any long range stuff going on, just like get a gun, you know, like it's legal in the United States. Well, at least that's where I live at. I don't know about the rest of you guys. I guess the rest of you guys are just fucked. But I know for sure, like, I can take him down, you know? And it's just, like, all about mindset. Like, if you can't take him down, that's all up to you, dude. You know? Anyways, enough of that because I cannot I can't find any more sources about good video games. What's the other point of conversation? Kid shows that are surprisingly dark. I think this is so funny because you know what I want to know? Why so many of these things got greenlit? Because, hold on, let me readjust my phone so it's like at eye level. I am pretty surprised about all the hoops that Gravity Falls was able to jump into. Our Lord and Savior, Alex Hirsch, he really broke the bounds of what kids shows can and cannot be. One of those things is being dark as fuck and like just having the most gruesome, traumatic imagery that a 7-year-old could ever witness in their lifetime. Because, I don't know, I just think it's so shocking. Like, well, there was this one scene that I remember where Bill Cipher, like, kind of snapped his fingers and then, like, Pacifica Northwest's dad, he got, like, his entire face rearranged. Like, his eye was suddenly his ear and his mouth was suddenly his nose or some shit like that. But it was really brutal. There was, like, another scene where, like, Bill Cipher, again, like, being the little crazy piece of shit that he is, like, he literally turned a deer skin inside out. Like, I just don't know how he was able to do that. I would say that was pretty jarring. Honestly, everything in that show, every single episode was, like, I don't know, new trauma unlocked. If that's even possible. It was, like, basically every single episode. Like, how can we even handle stuff like this? But I'm trying to think. Another kid show. Honestly, there was this one episode from Adventure Time on, like, obviously all of them are equally as traumatic, but I would say visually traumatic was for sure when Jake and Finn got kidnapped by this heart-looking guy character. Like, he's literally just like a heart that's like has legs and has a face and has arms and stuff, but he, like, somehow kidnapped Finn and Jake, and then, Princess Bubblegum and what's-her-face? Lady Rainicorn. I know I have too much knowledge about cartoons, but whatever. God forbid that I'm educated. You know what I'm saying? But they had to save Finn and Jake, and then when they finally caught up to him after, like, all this treacherous journey, the epic highs and lows of high school football, of going across, like, caverns and doing all this stuff and, like, all these treacherous, like, obstacles and things like that, they finally found Ricardo and they found Finn and Jake. And Ricardo was just, like, in this body horror gore meat suit or something like that. And Princess Bubblegum ripped him a new one. Like, he just took it like a good boy, bro. Like, she told him to turn around and bend over, and he just got his prostate exam. It was insane. Like, she tore his ass apart. Like, she ripped off his arms that he built from, like, flesh. She beat the shit out of him. She beat him down. Like, I do not like Princess Bubblegum. I know. Controversial. Very controversial. I personally do not care because I'm that bitch. But it was just insane. I was like, holy shit. He's getting his ass handed to him and he doesn't even have an ass. He's just a heart with a face. But that was definitely traumatizing because he was screaming and wailing in pain and he was, like, begging for mercy. I don't know, like, you know the saying, like, why did that kind of do something to me? Like, that did something to me when I was 7. Not in a good way, but just, like, in a traumatized way. I was like, oh, wow, I've never seen anything like this before. I was literally just born yesterday. What's going on? I would say that's also pretty traumatic. I'm trying to think of another kids TV show. Gravity Falls. Adventure Time. Wow, I love blanking whenever it comes to me having to think of lists of stuff relating to a topic. Was there anything traumatizing that happened in the Amazing World of Gumball? I want to say there was. The last episode, when the entirety of the show got turned off. So there was a bunch of last ditch efforts being made to try to make them not have the show canceled. Hashtag canceled on Twitter. No, but canceled and not. It wasn't canceled. It was just it just ended. Just by the voice of the creator. He was I don't really want to make this show anymore, which is fair. But he did it by basically burning the building behind him, basically just setting the entire earth on fire. And then everybody was oh my god, help us, because they were trying so desperately to have the show rebooted by having all the characters humans or something like that, animated humans instead of whatever the hell they were. And it was insane. I was they were no, please, we're doing this just because we want to live. And I was damn. I wish I could help, but I don't know. I have other stuff to do. I'm 10 years old, by the way. I don't know. I can't do anything. It was so scary. Actually, I was in shock though. It was really. I was very invested. I really felt for these characters. They were dude, we're trying to survive, which I get completely. But one thing that I do hate about adaptations. Famously, the new adaptation that just came out, the Lilo and Stitch one, the live action one, that one was so buns. I did not watch it. I am proud to say that I never will. But I heard that this bitch, what's her name, Nani, she gave up Lilo to the state. And she moved to California to pursue a marine biology degree. Do you not live in Hawaii, bro? I read that you can get a marine biology degree for free if you live in Hawaii. So what even was the reason? You know what I'm saying? But she was just yeah, Ohana means family, but I don't give a fuck also means I don't give a fuck. So I guess I'm just gonna be kind of leaving you or something. You know what I do want to know? I want to know if Nani brought her boyfriend with her to California. I know it sounds fucked up to ask, but I'm really curious because I want to know how terribly the adaptation was done. I really am curious. And I want to know what happened to Stitch. Did he just leave too? How could he... me personally, I would have intervened if I was Stitch. How could he let that fly? Is my first question. I don't know. I just have a lot of questions. They don't... The little gay alien, whatever his name is, he's not gay anymore or something like that. They're not allowing him to do drag and stuff. And, God forbid, a liberal is in your movie. But, he was an OG drag queen. He was there when the movie was made. He was there in the room where it happened. I don't know. He was an OG. How can you put disrespect on his name? I'm personally putting disrespect on his name on accident because I forgot what his name is. But... trust me, if I did remember, I would be saying it loud and proud. Yeah, man, and also they also made the fucking the Jamaican, was it a Jamaican alien or something like that? There was an alien that had a certain accent. He was one of the main guys, but he went on Earth alongside the gay alien. But apparently he wasn't even in this movie either. Oh no, he was one of the... No. I'm thinking about the alien that... He was one of the guys that was trying to reprimand Stitch and bring him back to their planet. But he wasn't in that movie apparently, even though he was the bad guy originally. And instead, the innocent other alien that went down to Earth with Stitch to get him with the gay alien. He was just completely rewritten to be the bad guy, even though he wasn't. That was literally Stitch's papa. That was his dad. That was one half of his parents. The gay alien was dad number 2, and the non-gay alien, the bigger alien, was dad number 1. So they broke. You know what? this just adds on to my anti-liberal Disney conspiracy. Like, they are against liberals because they broke up the homosexual relationship between them. This is a conspiracy, you guys. Obviously, for legal reasons, this is not true whatsoever. They would never do anything like that. Like, oh my god. Like, when have you ever known Disney to be, you know, that sort of way? I mean, for crying out loud, guys, they have a Pride collection that's gonna come out soon. Like, great heavens. But, I don't know, they ripped apart, like, a beautiful family. I don't know, it just really breaks my heart to see that. But, adaptations aside, what is another topic that I wanted to touch all up on? Oh, weird Roblox encounters. This does not relate whatsoever to the other two topics, as always, when it comes to me bringing up new ones. A few notable ones is... Oh, there was a guy on Roblox. I was playing like this Friday Night Funkin' bootleg game on Roblox with my friends because I just wanted to share the joy and the togetherness that Friday Night Funkin' had brought onto me, because you guys don't know it, but when it comes to Friday Night Funkin', I don't know about rhythm games as a whole because I'm not into rhythm games like that. If there's any girl that can get down on a rhythm game on Friday Night Funkin', it's me, okay? It is brother mother freaking Tobias. I was on that shit. You guys, I don't know how many of you guys are caught up in the lore in terms of Friday Night Funkin', but for, what was it, MILF? Where, like, let me set the scene. The characters were Boyfriend, and he had, like, blue hair, and he was a little short guy. He was the character that you played, and he would be the one, like, vicariously, like, doing all of these singing competitions where you had to match, like, the rhythm to, like, pressing the right buttons too. And he has a girlfriend named Girlfriend. I know, very creative. And the girlfriend had parents that you also had to go against, like, in terms of singing. And there was, like, all these other characters that you had to, like, go against. Like, one of them was her mom, obviously. Her mom. And she was one of the more harder bosses to defeat, especially when it came to the song MILF. I was on that shit. I did not play. I was on that shit day and night, just like that one song. Eventually I mastered it. I got like a score of like 600 or something like that. But regardless, I was pretty confident in my skills, so I was like, guys, Friday Night Funkin' and Roblox? Or what? So we were on it, and in this game, like, you would be able to, like, go against, like, other Robloxians or whatever to, like do singing competitions. And there was this one guy who I beat him in a game, and he got so petty about it. And I was like, yeah, I did that type of thing. And he was so mad. He was following me around. He was stalking me. And he was trying to do it from afar. He was trying to be low-key about it. But I was like, I know what you are. I know that you're following me. So I confronted him. And he was like, I'm not doing anything. Like, you are not that bitch. And I was like, yes, I am, first of all. And second of all, stop following me. Like, leave me the hell alone. What are you doing? I'm gonna call the Robloxian cops on you. He just kept following me around. I would confront him every time. I'd be like, hey, get the hell out of here, loser. Like, I would clock him, right? That's what I'm getting at. And it came to a point where I kind of got this sneaky, suspicious feeling, this sneaking feeling that he wanted me really bad. And I was like, okay, how do I test this theory? I went to a stage by myself, and I was talking to my friends. I was like, guys, if he decides to go against me again, then we know that something is up. He went against me again. I was like, okay, I know that you're a fan now. So then afterward, I ran up a tree to try to get away from him because he was like chasing me around. And tell me why he confessed his feelings like anime boy style, like we were in an anime high school romance in the tree. Like, I was up in the tree and then he climbed the tree up with me. He really thought he was that guy. But it was so fucking funny. He was like, Brother Tobias, I think I have feelings for you. And I was like, what? What? What the fuck are you talking about? Get a load of this fucking guy. What the hell? What the hell? So that shit was pretty funny. And I immediately took screenshots of everything and I sent it to my boyfriend. And I was just like laughing, pointing and laughing at this guy. And another instance that happened. Oh yeah, me and my friends were like in this one Roblox game where we role-played as Hamilton characters on stage. I know all of the Roblox games that I'm in are so enthralling and invigorating. I know. Maybe Roblox gaming Let's Play coming soon. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll give you guys an update on that. At one point, I was just like going ham role playing with my friends, and at one point, like I was on stage, right? I was, I think I was self-performing "Say No to This," and then there was a guy who was like pointing out that I was singing some lyrics wrong. And then I turned around and I looked at him and I was like, I know I'm not hearing this from a guy that's wearing a Weezer shirt. And then for some reason that made him like cackle so much because he was like, you're so funny. And then from that point on, like he started talking to me about how hard it is being in the closet while he's in the school that he goes to. And I was like, what the hell? Did I just clock in for a therapy session? How old are you? I didn't even ask him that. I was just like, oh. Like, I was in a state of shock. Like, he saw me as his safe space immediately after I made fun of him for his Weezer shirt that he wore in the game. And I was like, what? Huh? Where are we? Are we not in a Hamilton Roblox game? What's going on? But he was just like, you're so funny. Oh man, I have school trauma. I don't know. It's like kind of hard being in the school that I'm in. You know, classes are really hard right now. But I'm like really trying my best. I was like, okay, King. Have we lost the plot or not? Do you not know where we're at right now? Like while I'm like in full 1800s attire with like my bodice, my fucking corset, and I was there looking all cunty, and then he was there telling me with his regular ass like Weezer t-shirt about what was going on. I remember his username. His username is Apple Danish, and I think about him, I want to say like once every 6 months. But I was like, I was like, hello? I'm so sorry to hear about that. And it was so fucking funny, honestly, because then he also like cracked some jokes. I forgot what they were. I'm so sorry. But I was just like, you're a funny ass kid. But like, I don't know. Like, I don't know who you think I am. I'm like, I can't help you. I'm sorry. I wish I could. I wish I was that guy. Let's go over just like one other topic is what I'm trying to say. So there has been multiple attempts at me trying to like mainstream things that have failed for me. One of those things I would have to say, for example, Dream SMP. Honestly, what a bullet I dodged. That is a prime example that if you looked up in Urban Dictionary, what does dodging a bullet mean? Like theoretically, like hypothetically, it would say Brother Tobias failing to get into the Dream SMP fandom when it was 2020, because that is prime example. I would see the Dream SMP everywhere on my TikTok For You page. And I was like, man, like these animatics look beautiful. All these clips of these guys saying random shit look kind of funny. And then I tried to look up, like, Dream himself. This was before the allegations. Keep in mind. Okay. I tried to look up, like, Dream, like, old VODs of, like, Dream, like, playing, like, in the, like, Dream SMP. But, like, dude, it was so confusing because it was like I got dropped in the middle of the ocean. Like, no boat, no nothing. I was like, what's going on? Like, I'm already in the thick of it. Like, he didn't even say, what happened to hello, how are you, my name is. You know what I'm saying? We were into the thick of it immediately, right off the bat. And, I don't know, like, it was going really slow pace. He would just talk in this monotone voice the entire time. And he was just, like, doing the basic stuff. And I was like, oh, brother, this guy stinks. Like, pick it up. Like, I thought something invigorating. Like, are you guys not in the middle of a war right now, or like what? As it turns out, like, the war stuff only happens later on. I think, like, Tommy Innit, like, killed someone's dog or something. Or, I don't know, something like that. And then he declared war, and then, like, fucking factions formed. Like, single-handedly. Like, leave it up to a white British guy to make, like, war occur between nations. Because he succeeded in doing that immediately. He was spawned right in, and, like, the first thing on his mind was, like, obliteration. So, but yeah, like, also not to mention you had to, like, watch other people's streams to get their point of view as well as, like, what's going on. And I was looking for all of these playlists on YouTube to, like, find some sort of cohesive turn of events of, like, you know, timeline of what was going on. But it was just a whole mess. I couldn't find shit. And I was like, how the fuck are these people watching it? Like, they're making it seem like they're binging this shit, like, One Piece or something like that, when it is the farthest from that. Like, it is so hard finding any clips. But I don't know, like, these Gen Zers, they were dedicated to the craft, like, kind of respect. But I don't know, it's just not for me. Also, not to mention, like I said, it was dodging a bullet because, like, 1 or 2 years after that, allegations formed against literally everybody, and I was like, whoa. Well, good to hear that I was not involved in this whatsoever. Heartbreakingly enough, though, I was a huge Dream fan, like in, I want to say 2019, 2018, something like that. This is when he started his Manhunt videos, and I genuinely recommended his channel. This was before he started streaming on Twitch, by the way. This was before the pandemic, before anything. I genuinely recommended his videos to my fucking friends, to my little brother. Like, I don't know, like, I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. And it was just, it came as such a shock. I was like, what the hell? I haven't even been a friend, like, not friend, I haven't even been a fan of yours like that for, like, a year or two. But what's going on with these allegations are crazy. But, I don't know. You live short enough to be a hero, or you live long enough to be Dream. So it was just, I don't know, kind of shocking. I'm trying to find out if I should continue on with other points of conversation right now. I don't know. I feel like this might be a good point to stop. Okay. Yeah, this might be a good point to stop. I've already talked for fucking 42 minutes. So, thank you guys. As always. I love it whenever I just, like, do a dead cut in between each and every single topic, and as well as do just, like, a dead cut as soon as, like, I finish talking about the last topic, because what can I say? Like, I cannot for the life of me, like, seamlessly go between different conversations. But that's what you guys watch me for. That's what I have 5 million subscribers to. Yes, I know I do not have those subscribers yet, but I'm being delusional, and I will be getting them soon. I'm manifesting. It's called manifesting. Look it up. But as always, thank you guys for listening and tuning into every single one of my podcast episodes. I appreciate it. And I will be seeing you guys hopefully next Friday. I don't fucking know anymore. I'm gonna try to upload it each Friday. I'll try. I swear, a shit show happens every single time I try to do that, but I'll try. Okay, that is all. Bye.